I'm in the middle of changing the water pump and the thermostat, and since I have everything out of the way, I figured I'd make a quick video about changing the charge pipe. It's a pretty easy process. I know this video has been done a bunch of times, but now people are starting to buy cars that have already been modified and stuff like that, so I want to show you what it's like if you have a modified car. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the old charge pipe, we're going to put the new one in, clamp everything down, and then I'll continue on with finishing the thermostat and the water pump. So my car has an intake on it already. If yours doesn't, you're going to remove the old intake. It's a pretty easy process. It's a couple of screws and it lifts out. So if you need more information on that, check out my video about changing the actual intake. That'll give you a good idea of how to do that process. But from there, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift up this retainer clip here on the old charge pipe. So just take a flathead screwdriver and pop this clip up. So once this clips up, the charge pipe can be removed. But first, we're going to want to take this off, which you just press the sides and it should lift up. And then you're going to need a T25 to take off this sensor back here. I know you guys probably can't see, but once you do that, this should lift right off. It's sealed in there with an O-ring, so you kind of got to tug on it, but once you have that, then we're going to take off this hose clamp here. So once you get the hose clamp off, and you're sure that this metal clip is released, you can kind of just press down on it and it should pop out. So there's an O-ring inside of here. If your new one didn't come with one, you can reuse this O-ring and this clip, but I'll show you how to set up the new one. So the install of the new one is the reverse basically. So you're gonna reuse this clip and put it on the side here. And then this O-ring goes on the inside. There's a little groove for it. And then for this, mine came with a coupler that's going to reduce this, the charge pipe down to this size fitting. So those are the hose clamps, and then this is the coupler. So the reason why you want to do this modification is because the original one is plastic. And if you're going to do any modifications as far as running more boost or anything like that, you run the risk of breaking the plastic one and sucking in plastic into your intake. So this metal one will last you. You won't have to do any other modifications to it from here. So it's worth the extra 150 bucks. I think I got this for off of Alibaba. All right, so the install is pretty easy. Just gotta finagle it into this coupler and over the intake. All right, so once this is clipped on, this clip goes in and rides into the notches. You'll wanna make sure that it's seated all the way. It takes a little bit of force to get it seated. And then we'll tighten up these hose clamps. And then we'll put the sensor back on and we're good to go. All right, so all you have to do is tighten these two hose clamps and get this ring back on. Make sure this is plugged in. And then your airflow sensor is plugged in, and that's it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm just really trying to show you no love. Say you tired and you need a new love. Use what you got for your lose love. See new things with your views up. Yeah, what you want, new things.